house is it? Whose house is it? Most dangerous.
So let's go on to some of all the rest of the 1-1 series. The 1-8 matchup in the East, which a lot of people didn't think the Magic gonna have a chance, but Darren tried to tell y'all last week, and I kind of agree with him. But what chance do you give the Magic at pulling off an upset versus the Pistons?
I said 50-50 chance. I said Pistons in 7. But I think the Magic got a chance.
It's not hard. We're in an era of basketball where you can't judge a book by a cover, but at the same time, everything ain't always what it looked like. 60 wins for the Detroit Pistons. Congratulations. Cunningham MVP candidate. Jalen Dawn candidate most improved. But at the same time, let's not act like this ain't the generation of injury maintenance, of sitting people out here and there, even when they healthy. Like, they could have easily only won 50 games if some of those people that was missing games, they could have lost. Yeah. And vice versa, all around the league. So I don't put too much merit these days on the NBA as far as standings for the regular season. But you can't take the regular season serious at all until you get past the All-Star game.
So my thing, I think the Magic do have a good chance because I've been telling people that the Magic their record is deceiving because they've been hurt all year. Do y'all know that this Banchero, Suggs, and Barton, they only played 19 total games together during the regular season. Even though Bane played every game, but they've been in and out the lineup all season. The Magic's identity is really defense, just like the Pistons. They both rugged defensive teams. And on one hand, Cade is really the only scorer on the Pistons, while the Magic have way more scores than them. So I think it's going to be a tight series. I still think the Pistons going to end up winning. I think they're even going to win in 6 or 7, but I give the Magic a decent chance.
Yeah, the Magic definitely want to push it. And to speak on you with the injuries, that's why it's so deeper than that for me for injuries as a person that's down at 40 years old. Like, these niggas in this era now, they can be out with a legitimate injury for 2 to 4 weeks. And they can be healthy at 3 weeks. But their injury preventive maintenance guidelines and all this new stuff with the CDA says they can hold them out for another 2 to 4 weeks if they want to prevent that injury in the future. So a lot of times where a person should only miss 5 games, they missing 15 because the medical staff feels it's best that they should wait another 2 weeks, or they not in basketball shape, or they need conditioning practice, or they need to go to the G League first. It's all up. These players are not in control of themselves the way they would be in any other facet of basketball outside of the NBA. So it's like I said, it's just a different vibe. I can only go off of what I'm actually seeing on the court. Like, it's hard to even go off potential these days.
Yeah, I do feel like it's a little bit of pressure on the Pistons to win too. Like, they got the number 1 seed. They've been the best team in the East the whole season, while everybody just talking about the Celtics, this and that, and the Knicks. And the Pistons was the number 1 seed season. You can't go down to the 8th seed. Especially after them struggling to win a playoff series after all these years since 2008.
They haven't won a playoff game
at home at that.
Last year,
Jalen Dawn can't come from almost averaging a double-double to 8-7 in game 1.
Yeah.
You drivers for now, you done played 82 games.
Alright, so let's go on to another series. With my boys, my dog Keldon Johnson, 16 a year, and Victor Wembenyama won unanimous defensive player of the year.
Should have won it last year.
He should have won it last year if he hadn't had to miss those games. But
man, I don't give a damn about them games. He still was the defensive player of the year. I don't care if he played 40 games. His stats outweigh Rudy Gobert or anybody else that played.
Dyson.
Dyson.
But this series is 1-1, and Victor Wembenyama, he suffered a concussion, so his status is up in the air for the next couple of games. But my thing is, do y'all believe the Spurs should still defeat the Trailblazers, even with the uncertainty of Wemby's status?
I think they should. They still had a good team with the games that Wemby missed. When he missed like 20 games, or 17 games, something like that, because he just made the season. 17. They still got a good team without him. It's going to be tough, but I expect Wemby to come back. I think he's going to miss a game on Friday, but I think the Spurs still should win.
I guess it's easy for me to say the Spurs should win, but this is one of those times where the personnel on your team don't really matter to me. This is going to come down to coaching. This one right here is going to come down to coaching. If Victor Wembenyama misses 1 or even 2 games, Thiago Splitter, coming from that San Antonio tree, playing against his former franchise, knowing how Pop plans his coaches in the future to think. He's gonna know how the Spurs are gonna be thinking. Now, if like I said, if Victor Wembenyama is gonna be playing, you don't think Yago Splitter ain't already got some things he's gonna do to change because there's no Victor Wembenyama, because that 7'4" is not there. Yeah, that's still De'Aaron Fox. That front Castle was a dog. Keldon ain't not come off the bench. You might gotta go up in there and give me 35, 40. You know? But a lot of the role players, man, Harrison Barnes good for the 7 points, 2 rebounds.
You said 7 points to 3 rebounds.
You know? Yeah, he can do more.
He can
and
do
that's
more.
the whole point. Like I said, you got the pieces. You got the potential for De'Aaron Fox can get 30. But De'Aaron Fox can just as easily give you 7 minutes. Harrison Barnes can give you 18. But he can just as easily give you 3.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, while Denny Avdia was bluffing last game, really bluffing. They got some pieces over there. If they really let Scoop work, Scoop gonna get busy. Drew Holiday, veteran, and all Denny. It could be a point with Denny Avdia. If you struggling, bro, be a role player.
Yeah, Smitty just mentioned the players they got. The Blazers have good talent on their team. As an unbiased Spurs fan, I believe the Spurs still had the edge. You still have a clutch player on your team with De'Aaron Fox. You got, and you still have Cass, and the Spurs had experience playing without Wemby for most games. For a lot of the games during the season, he didn't play none of the games with the Trailblazers anyway. And in this case, like you said, actually that's a good point with the coaches. You got 2 young coaches, Mitch Johnson, Thiago Smith. Let's see how they're going to match with each other heading into Portland for Game 3.
Game 3 is pivotal. If the Trailblazers win, I think they got a legitimate chance of winning the series.
But Wemby gonna come back.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If Wemby's back, if Wemby only misses 2 games max, that's the only way that they got a chance, and they got to win both of those games because it's 1-1 right now. So if Wemby misses Game 3 and Game 4, Portland wins both of those games, they have 3-1. That's the only legitimate chance they have. Because if Wemby misses Game 3, and let's say Portland wins Game 3 and goes up 2-1, oh my God, no. Wemby back, San Antonio winning 3 straight, and it's still over in 6. So, like I said, a legitimate chance is getting up 3-1 without Wemby missing 2 games or Wemby missing the entire series. Because if Wemby comes back, there's no chance.
Once Wemby comes back, it's a wrap. You know how mad Wemby gonna be. Wemby gonna be up for blood when he comes back.
I don't even need Wemby to go 30, 35 minutes. If you want to work Wemby for the rest of the series on this 2025, he hurt. And it's still gonna be over.